Hello everyone. I hope everyone is keeping well and safe. So here we are back with RBI Grade B Officers Exam Phase 2, the question and answers, and we'll be solving from question number 5 onwards. So in question number 5, as you can see, I'm presenting my screen and you can see the questions here. So the question is, consider the following statements regarding the Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index, HDI, IHDI basically, that was in the recent news. And the three options that we have here is, it was published by the UNDP in its 2009 Human Development Report. Number B, it is the actual development of human development accounting for inequality and the unadjusted calculations for the HDI. And the third option, that is C, the index captures the HDI of the average person in society. Now we have a combination of these answers, that is only A, both B and C, only B, both A and C, both A and B. So coming to the correct answer of this, basically, let's consider A, B, C options individually. It was published by UNDP, very correct, and in the year 2009 it is written. But actually, to be very accurate about the year, it is not UNDP in 2009. UNDP in the year 2013 and 2011. The report was published in these two consecutive years. So the first option we can consider it as wrong. That is, though it is UNDP, but it is not 2009, it will be 2013 and 11. So considering option number B, it is the actual level of human development accounting for inequality and the unadjusted calculations for the HDI. Yes, this is correct. The index captures the HDI of the average person in the society. So this is also correct. So basically UNDP did publish it, but in the year 2011 and subsequently in 2013. Under perfect equality, the HDI, that is the Human Development Index, and IHDI, which is the Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index, are equal. Actually, the greater the difference between the two, the greater will be the inequality. So that's the concept behind it. So accordingly, we mark as B and C as the correct answer. So both B and C, this option will be my correct answer. That is option number 2. Option number 2 is my correct answer. That is both B and C. Next, moving on to question number 6. The Human Poverty Index, which is the HPI, concentrates on the deprivation in which of the following essential elements of human life that is already reflected in HDI. Longevity, knowledge, decent standard of living, only in 2 and 3, that is knowledge and decent standard of living, and option number 5, that is all of the above. Now talking of HPI, which is the Human Poverty Index, that is already reflected in longevity, knowledge, and decent standard of living. So all the 3 components are essential elements of HPI, that is Human Poverty Index. So we cannot leave any one or any 2. All the 3 of it are components or essential elements of HPI. Longevity, knowledge, and decent standard of living. So accordingly, our option number 5 is the correct answer. That is all of the above. That is all of the above. Next, coming to the 7th question. The multidimensional poverty, that is the MPI, is often accused of neglecting which of the following dimensions of poverty: moral dimension, spiritual dimension, emotional dimension, all of the above given as options, and only 3. Now, MPI, or the multi-dimensional poverty, this is actually an MPI which was developed in the year 2010. This concept was launched in 2010 by the Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative that was taken up by UNDP, which is United Nations Development Program, and it has various factors to determine poverty. Now, in those factors, it replaced the Human Poverty Index, and there were various factors that were considered, but also there were criticisms for it. Criticisms mainly coming from various economists, especially Ratanlal Basu, who did not think it appropriate of missing off these important factors like moral dimension, spiritual dimension, emotional dimension. So all of these three factors were neglected or avoided. So in that case, all the three are given as correct options. That is moral, spiritual, and emotional. Both all the three were neglected. So we consider option number 4 as the correct option. All of the above given as options. Next, moving on to question number 8. Which of the following is not regarded as characteristic of a less developed country, LDC? Now, less developed countries are considered as LDC, the short form. The 5 options we have here is low per capita real income, low population growth rate, large scale unemployment and underemployment, large scale but neglected agricultural sector, substantial inequality in the income, in the distribution of income or income distribution. Now, considering the population, low real income per capita is a different sector. The low population growth rate is a feature of advanced economies, right? Less developed countries are marked by high population growth or high population growth rate, because wherever there is high economies, there is no problem of low real per capita income or unemployment problems or neglected agricultural sector or substantial inequality in income distribution, because only in such cases we consider them as advanced economies, right, or better developed countries. So the problem with less developed country is low population growth rate. That is, it is not a part of less developed country. It is always a part of high or better developed countries, or we can say advanced economies, right? So all 1, 3, 4, and 5 are all parts of less developed country, whereas only number 2, that is low population growth rate, is only the part of advanced economies. So option number 2 is the one which does not suit us. Next, coming to question number 9. Yes. The most significant single measure of comparison for different economies is per capita income, mass poverty, occupation pattern, chronic unemployment, and none of these. See, single measure for comparison for different economies. Mass poverty cannot be considered for that. Occupation pattern might be different for various economies, that cannot be considered also. And chronic unemployment. Chronic unemployment cannot also be considered. So in that case, we are left with only one option, that is per capita income. So basically, when we are measuring the income or the differences compared between the various economies, we will be considering per capita income. That is one of the most essential and crucial factors of comparing different economies or comparing one economy with the other. So we have option number 1 as the correct option, that is per capita income. Moving on to question number 10. What is the main reason behind mass poverty in developing economies? Poor natural resource, inadequate development of natural resources, exploitative social structure, both 2 and 3, and all of the above. Now, poor natural resource. Now, this is a nature dependent division that we have. So we cannot control the natural resources that is present in one or various other economies, right? So one cannot be considered as the correct option. Coming to number 2, inadequate development of natural resources, exploitative social structures. Now, in India, what we usually see, there are few natural resources present, or there are various natural resources present, but we are not in the correct developmental stage, or we do not have the correct technologies or any other measures to develop it. So though we have various natural resources present with us, we cannot make the apt use or the maximum use out of it. And another factor is a social structure. There is such a lot of division, such a lot of hierarchy systems, which coming into the way of development creates a problem for basically the development of the country. So considering that option number 2 and 3 are the correct options. So we have both 2 and 3. That is option number 4, which marks both 2 and 3 as the correct option. Now I can give you an example out of it. For example, in India, we have subdivisions of land. A farmer has quite a limited amount of land holdings as per him. Why? Because various fragmentations have been taking place, and as of now, till date, he has a very small limited land present with him. The holding is quite less. But in other economies also, there are situations which have been facing the similar kind of problem where the land holdings are small, but they have various technologies whereas to bring the production to the maximum out of those particular small land holdings, which we lack in India. In India, there are small land holdings, but we lack in technology or development where we are not able to produce or give the benefit of the maximum production only from that small land holding. So that is the problem. So according to it, we have option number 4 as the correct option. That is both 2 and 3 are the correct options. So this is up till question number 10 we have been discussing in this video. In the next videos, I'll be coming up with other questions. So please continue following this and stay happy, stay safe. Thank you.